Out in the street, we used to meet, so all hands on deck. This is a very, very sad story. Incredible irony. What's in your Olympics bag? So, as the torch relays began in Fukushima, and if you want to see something creepy, you look up the lighting and everything. We talked the other day about the Aero Barcelona. Gold medalist from Japan, Barcelona, 92. Silver medalist, Atlanta, 96. One of the most famous athletes due to get the torch relay. Take his trek tomorrow. He was due. Said he just had a short illness this spring. Said out of nowhere, dead of cancer. The Leukemia Games. Rikako Iki, she'll be carrying the torch. I mean, what a miracle she is. But how many have died? Japan just covers up and hides everything. I mean, they're hiding all the death. Oh, nobody's died. I love it. The UN comes out, no one's fucking died. What about all these guys? Huh? What about all those guys you killed? Tepco? Obama? Trump? What about all those guys? You know one of those guys? Oh. I'm in Vienna. Where's your Vienna shirt? It's right here. This is the shirt I hold up, and they all have to walk by, including Amano, who is the Inspector General. I talked to him twice, personally. You go over there, it's going to kill you. Went over there again. 2 years ago when I'm in Vienna, well, it's less than 2 years, year and a half ago, comes across the wire, UN Inspector General is dead. What? I'm talking to everybody. Oh, no. What did he die from? I'm asking everybody right at the UN in Vienna. What did he die from? Oh, nothing. Google it. Cancer. Fukushima 50, that propaganda. Frontline doesn't even mention the USS Reagan. I get an email from the head of the Fukushima 50's mother in June 2013. He'll be dead soon. It's Fukushima. He's head of the they just cover up and lie. The irony of this is incredible. At the same time, me and Tim was, he's the other biologist that I've worked with up in. Or, by the way, for free, we do all this work. I'm so tired of living in poverty. I don't even. I'm telling you. Thank you, everybody who supported this historic work. It's amazing. We all live in a greenwashing machine. All the money gets thrown around on everything. And, the real activists oh my God, after he left. So, I'm talking to Tim up there. He says, God, you got me going on Alaska. He says, I've been so busy with Oregon's catastrophe, Washington's catastrophe, the crab, the salmon, that, not even, I'm dealing with British Columbia. I'm dealing with Canada also. This is the stuff that I have to deal with daily. I put in 12, 14 hours a day, 7 days a fucking week for 10 years for... Alaska comes out with their final data. It's the worst numbers in Alaskan history, by far. Then they do this. There's a 2-minute interview you can listen to. I'll tag it in there in the thing. And he's like, oh, well, we don't know. We don't have the money. But you know how much money these fuckers make? They don't do shit. They don't do anything. Oh, and then he comes out and says, well, it's the marine ecosystem. Fuck. Please tell me where babies come from. Scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled, they're stumped, they're perplexed, they're bewildered. Give us a bailout. This acute radical collapse. This is a sad fucking story. Rikako Iki's is it's a heartbreaking story because she had to go through all that hell. Oh, I've been there, but she's alive. But for every one of her, there's hundreds, thousands. They're lying on it. They're just covering it up. Just like they have the whole thing. These are full-blown out. It took me a year and a half to convince anybody it was even one fucking meltdown. This is a fucking giant. The ironies of all this are incredible. They're staggering. The Olympics, no running, no jumping. That's all about, no clapping. You know what that's all about? To block protesters. You know how many protesters lined up and ready to go over there? Oh, yeah. And fucking A, they're going to protest. A lot of those families, you know, because American GIs, sailors marry Japanese women. There's a lot of crossover families over there that are heartbroken. Oh, you don't think they'd be protesting on that route, especially in Fukushima? Well, no cheering, no fans, no running, no jumping, just nuclear energy propaganda. Would be able to. So, in judo, 53 years old, said he's perfectly healthy. You know, how about not Rakaga, the other swimmer who died of cancer last year? I mean, these are Olympic athletes. I mean, think about the irony of this. What's in the bag? It's fucking empty. Like the Olympic Village. I mean, any athlete that goes out of there, I mean, and I understand. I'm a track runner. I love the fucking Olympics. I love competing at that level. And I understand you train your whole fucking life. You know, remember when we boycotted in '80? That pissed me off because I knew marquee athletes and I was that age. You know, I was 20 years old then. And, you know, I knew Olympic athletes that never got another chance. You only peak as a young athlete at a certain time. So I understand. I get it. You know, if you're going to fly over and run the 100, 200, you know, I get it. I think, you know, you're probably, well, Tokyo. He lived right near Tokyo, but, you know, Jeffrey moves left to right, Pacific Ocean, here in the United States, you know. The whole fucking thing. And I remember when they announced the Olympics were going to be there, I was like, what the fuck? Are you crazy? I knew it was all propaganda then. You know, COVID, well, fuck, what do you think? Where do you think COVID came from? I mean, who knows? But I still say it's a mutation from the Fukushima meltdowns. The salmon collapse, Alaska's reporting. I mean, they go from record returns just 5 years ago to collapse. You know, Chinook sea salmon go to sea for 5 years. I mean, the marine bio, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick, the work that I do a day. You know, I need some funding. I really could, you know, some funding if somebody can help me out, you know, some serious, well, even serious, I mean, thank you to everybody who has supported this historic work. I mean, the fight goes on. It's fucking heartbreaking. I mean, Kevin Blanche, the salmon, the tide pools, fuck, all the reactors, I mean, I don't know how the fuck I do it. I really don't. This is a heartbreaking story, and this is just the one we hear about. I'll post it. What are the ironies? Who's due to carry the torch tomorrow? Dead. Cancer. The Leukemia Games, as I named it. I'll break out my boycott sign when I get some time. So, stay tuned, like I said. The salmon collapse. The tide pool's dead at your feet. I mean, at this point, I don't know. The whole thing's incredible heartbreaking. And the fact that the American populace doesn't fucking give a fuck. Well, the Catalina, my work, you know, it's criminal as hell. Fucking criminal. My YouTube site, everybody who's denying Fukushima, I think that's all coincidence. If YouTube wants this to have 1.6 million, 1,600,312 views, that's what it'll have. I mean, they got you kettled down. They can't find you. They want you to have this 212 views. That's what it's going to have. You know, that our tactical small army. Again, thank you to everybody who's funded this army. This is heartbreaking. I mean, from an AML leukemia fighter, I was given 2 months to live. In 2011, it's been a hell of a battle. Every time I read one of these stories, because I understand what the dynamic is on death via leukemia, death via cancer at a young age, fucking rips your soul out. Not only that, I went through it mentally. You know, I got right to death's doorstep, and you can't even describe it. How agonizing, how horrific. There's no words for it. Well, I was there. I was going in and it's beyond fucking rips your fucking soul. I mean, the pain. I don't think they would go in and just, not to mention their families ripped to shreds. These fuckers are evil. You know, the whole nuclear energy crimes get fucking evil. They're evil. That's high brass on the USS Reagan. She's dead. Leukemia young. I know dozens and dozens of them. Stand tuned. We'll get by with a little help from my friends. What a heartbreaking story this has been for 10 fucking years. Really heartbreaking. Stand tuned.